of this. Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama for protection and the permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, the prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Taka amahara ni kamsumarimasu.
Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite sumemi oya kamuri zanami no mikoto tsukushi no imuka no tachibana no odo no ahagi harami misogi harai tamo utoki ni narimaseru Arai dono kami tachi moro moro no magagoto tsuni kegare o parai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshi o amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorozu no kami tachi tomo ni Ame no uchi koma no mini uri datete kikoshi neseto kashikomi mo maosu. Miroku o mikami mahori tamae sakihae tamae Miroku o mikami mahori tamae sakihae tamae Oshie miyoya nushi no kami Mamori tamae sakihae tamae Oshie miyoya nushi no kami Mamori tamae sakihae tamae Nagara tamachi haemase Nagara tamachi haemase Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truths given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
You had the Meishu-sama, bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. In service to humanity. Born as human beings, it is our duty to strive our utmost for peace in the world and the happiness of others. Those who love humanity and help people in need are always loved and protected by God wherever they may go. A person who strives constantly to help others and better the world is like a diamond buried in the sand. Every home, every individual has a spiritual atmosphere. There are homes that are warm and friendly, but sometimes when you visit a home, you somehow feel a certain coldness and loneliness. This happens because the family members, particularly the head of the family, lack enough love. These people have cold and selfish hearts and don't care about the welfare of others. Their frigid thoughts reflect on the home's atmosphere, and you feel cold when you visit. The same applies to people. Some people leave you with a cold impression, and others a warm one. This is due to the spiritual vibration that each person has. When you meet them, you somehow feel it. Those who are full of love emanate warmth. When love is plentiful and strong, there is abundant light. Since people yearn for light and are drawn to it by nature, they naturally turn to these warm and bright places and loving people.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters morning service. You also for keep praying along with us for world peace. This morning, I want to share with you the faith experience of Patricia Sampaio Costa. She's from the Praça Seca Johrei Center in Rio de Janeiro. Patricia has been a Johrei member for 8 years. At the end of 2019, she noticed redness in her right eye. Over time, a lump the size of a grain of rice appeared, which grew to the point where her eye could not open. She went to an eye doctor who had diagnosed her with eyelid swelling caused by an inflammation. The swelling was very extensive, a surgery was indicated. Patricia went to seek guidance from her minister, who recommended that she receive as much Johrei as possible, and to not fail to dedicate herself to the divine work. Consequently, she began to receive an average of 10 Johrei a day for 60 days. 2 months passed, and inflammation did not go away. She confesses that this purification made her irritated, as she had difficulty opening her eyes and felt a lot of burning and dryness in her eyes. During this period, she participated in Johrei intensive sessions that took place at the Johrei Center. She received Johrei with one of the senior ministers who was participating in the Johrei intensive. During the activity, she felt a pressure on her head, her eyelid puffed, and her eye began to pulsate. At the end of Johrei, she felt much better. Just before the evening service, she began to smell a strong, unpleasant smell, but she didn't know where it was coming from. At one point, she noticed that a mucus was coming out of her eye, and the odor came from the secretion. She finished her dedication, went home, and the elimination continued. That night, she began to have a headache and to throw up. Patricia spent the next day purifying in bed. After 2 days, she felt better, yet the discharge continued. She began to reflect on which point she should improve, what this purification was trying to tell her or make her see. She realized that her posture at home did not match what Meishu-sama teaches us. She was constantly very impatient and demanding. However, as Meishu-sama writes, she did not create a second person to analyze and criticize herself. At last, she could realize the real reason for her purification. She needed to change the way she had been seeing others, especially her family members. With her realization, she began to seek to understand her mother and daughters, to listen to them with more patience, and to be more understanding and tolerant. For a month, Patricia received an average of 5 Johrei a day, and after that period, she noticed that her eye swelling and discharge had ceased. During this period, she did not use any medication, only mineral water to clean her eye. Sometime later, she returned to the eye doctor, who asked her if she had operated on, as there was no sign of bumps in her eyelid. After that, purification never manifested again. Patricia knows she still needs to improve on many points to make her home a paradise-like place. Consequently, she strives to be a person who is increasingly spiritualistic and altruistic. She's very thankful to God and Meishu-sama, as well as to her ancestors, for the wonderful blessing of having overcome the purification of her eye, and especially for an awakening of her spiritual vision. Thank you very much for joining us for this morning service, for listening to this wonderful faith experience. Wish you a most blessed weekend. Thank you very much.
This brings to a conclusion our morning service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we wish you a very blessed day.